Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where today we are going to talk about the cars in my garage from the past, the present and the future. An update on various of the cars that I've ordered, what we're going to be doing with them, some news on the likes of the AMG GTR Pro, the Tvr Griffith, the GT500, the Bmw M8 Competition, GTR Roadster, A45S, lots of cars, lots to talk about. But to talk about the past, we're going to do an update on my model car collection. And yes, it is incredibly nerdy, but I have many of the cars that I've owned to date in paint matched, painted with number plates in 1:18 scale. I haven't shown it for about 2 years, but of course the collection has grown quite substantially since. And also, we have relaunched the Shmee 150 shop. I am wearing the 911 Generations t-shirt, but you can take a look at that at the new merchandise that we've offered, shop.shmee150.com. The link is down below. But let's head over to have an update then with my model car cabinet before checking out what's happening with the new cars on the horizon. In a corner then, here in my office, I have this cabinet, which you might remember that I bought when I took my Ferrari FF to IKEA, inside which we have my very obsessive collection of the 1:18 scale model cars. Just a small hint towards what's going to be in the future garage, the Shmeemobile man cave when the time comes. But this is, well, you'll notice there are some cars that are missing. You'll notice some very random things that are in here as well. And I think the last time I actually showed this, we were kind of only up to about the Vanquish. So I'll talk about the missing cars, I'll talk about why we have some small ones, but this is all in a corner of my office alongside a lot of books. For example, we have my own book, Living the Supercar Dream, we've got some cool stuff, the Ford GT book, Pagani, Ayrton Senna, and a lot of folders for the various cars and documents that I've owned. But let's start in here then, taking a look through, and yes, we have a great number of Lego models as well. The Lego cars, it has to be done, that's not all of them, they take up an awful lot of space, as you can see from the GT3 RS up on the top. But these are all hopefully going to move into the garage in time when we have the space to do so, and it runs in reverse chronological order. So from my first car, the Renault Clio, coming up through across the rows up towards, well, where we are kind of now, but with many cars missing, as I mentioned. But to start right down here, my first car was a silver Renault Clio, a 1.2 litre 3-door hatchback. This is actually the Renault Sport model because they didn't make a 1.2, but a great, I think about 72 horsepower the car had. That was my first registration plate, S17TJB, which stood for September 17th, and then my initials at the end of it. The last time I showed that model, I think it was dark red. So that's clearly been made to the spec of my car since. I always have to be careful with these things. My second car was actually one that I don't have a model for here. When I was younger, I spent a summer out in New Zealand and I bought a Subaru Leone for about £600. That would be there, but there's no chance they're going to make a model of that, a Leone station wagon. So my next car back at home was one of these, a 123D BMW, wore the same number plate. This was also, I think, a dark brown maybe the last time I showed the model. Of course, now it is in Alpine white. This is, I think, an M Sport car. Mine was actually an SE, but I try and have the models as close as I can. Not necessarily perfect, but pretty accurate, you know, in terms of colours. Now that's one that needs something done. The first new car I ever revealed on my YouTube channel was my Audi S5 Cabriolet back in summer 2010. This is in Sprint Blue, which was kind of the launch colour of the S5. Mine, I actually did an Audi exclusive Sepang Blue, which I then went on to have on my R8 as well. But yeah, that still needs to be painted. The interior of it is red as well. But I could... No, it's going to be too complicated to go through all of the different brands of the various models. That is the first major project. And I'm not necessarily sure if I've shown this one before at all on video, but they never made a 1:18 scale model of the V8 Vantage Roadster. That's not something that ever existed in the shops. This was made by a very clever model maker who has literally 3D printed parts to make the roof and the rear buttress sections from a coupe model. It is also wearing the 87TB number plate. The first time I had that was on the S5. Of course, we still need to do this. It comes with the model standard German registration. But that in glacial blue was, with the sandstorm interior, a bespoke one-off made model, and I think that is really cool. We then come through to the Mini Countryman. That's basically off the shelf in pretty much the spec that I had. I had a white one, it was a Cooper S, all 4. I had silver wheels though, not the black wheels. We then had a Z4, I had an S-Drive 30i back at the time. Different bumpers on it to that one, and I had a red interior, but pretty similar. Maybe those I'll get the small bits done. Then another, I think the first custom model I ever actually had was this, from the same chap who made that one. This is obviously wrapped in the midnight purple. Or rather it's painted, but to match the wrap of the midnight purple that I had on my R8 V10 Spider, again with the number plate, the first custom model, and I think really the car that set me off on everything else that we have in here. Then I had an Abarth 595C. I had a convertible, a Turismo, so this is a coupe model, a hatch model. They didn't make a roadster of that, but I had it in the two-tone of the red and grey. Then we get to one of, I guess, well, if not perhaps my first proper supercar, the Mclaren Mp4-12c. That was a car that was wrapped in a 3M gloss blue, we called it Shmee Blue, and I think the car that really started off that colour for me, because it matched what turned out in the future to be this. MSO Cerulean Blue. The Morgan three-wheeler, unfortunately, this little guy got a bit squished and the wheel fell off. They're never going to make a 1/18 of that, I don't think, so I have to make do with the 143. Now, a few people have spotted 650S Spider models that would match my specification in the mantis green, the pearlescent metallic green. Unfortunately, they are normally in 1/24 scale, not 1/18, and I care quite a lot about it all matching. If it exists, I don't know about it, and I don't think it does. Next to that though, this is an interesting one, a loaner car. So in this cabinet I now have the cars that I ran as long-term fleet cars as well. So for example, the Bmw M4. This was in Austin yellow. The car I had actually had black wheels. It was the same car that Jeremy Clarkson had actually driven as well, which was really cool. The car that I ran for a couple of months. We had the 650 and the M4 together for some trips as well, which was super cool too. The M4 then went back to BMW and was replaced by an X6. I had an M50D, I think that's an X6M, and it was dark red, but that's a recent addition to this cabinet. Before we get to the Blue Crew, now that was a period I'm never going to forget. A very, very busy, I think it was 11 days with the arrival of an FF, followed by a 675 LT, followed by a Cayman GT4. We had Blue Le Mans on the Ferrari, we had a Cerulean Blue of course on the 675, and Sapphire Blue on the Cayman GT4. About 25 of those were made, the first kind of run we did and we offered in the Shmee 150 shop, but of course there have been many more since. The GT4 came straight like this, you can see with the plates that still need to be stuck onto it. I'm not the best at making sure I do that right, and then the perfectly matched spec of the Ferrari FF. Coming up though, this is where we have some of the new ones. The ABD 120-year 1 of 6 RS6 we ran for about 3 months through Where's Shmee and also on the Gumball 3000. And then next to it, the Shmini, the British Racing Green, silver stripes, silver roof, wearing 87 TB, a perfect model and looking tiny when you see it next to the Focus RS. Now the interesting thing about this is you can buy them in blue, but this has actually been repainted with the blue of the actual car, not the blue that you get off the shelves. It's a little bit different, a bit more metallic in it, and that's also of course got my black roof that we had wrapped back when I had my first Focus RS. We get a bit random here. The 675 LT Spider should be here, hence why we've got the Paint Frog from MSO and a random 4GT model that I picked up along my travels in the USA. And then I've got here some of the various bits of vinyl wrap that we've had on the different cars. So the blue, that was the Cayman GT4 for some trips, the AMG GTR, and that's quite cool, a Paint Frog for a Golf Heritage New 4 GT. Up top, we'd have the GT8 here. Nobody makes a GT8 model, aside from that tiny little one. So I've got the tiny little one, and in front of it is the really, really, really cool Brick City Whip Senna. The, obviously, LEGO Speed Champions model, but made out of custom blue bricks to match mine, which is really funky. The Vanquish Volante, again, that was wrapped actually in the Shmee Blue. Again, one of the completely customized models. Before we get to the Mini Champs AMG GTR, now this was cool because we made 50 of these with Mini Champs that many of you of course will have as well, but in my solar beam with the black wheels, and yeah, really, really smart. Next to that, 911 GT3, obviously the wrong colour. That is black, it needs to be Gelbgrün. That's going to be done soon, I hope. Before we get to a very red and orange kind of section, check this out though. check that out, as well as the Mille Miglia badge, of course, taking part in the Mille Miglia last year. But this, it has the BBS CIR wheels, the Ventus Veloce carbon kit. Where's the plate? It is completely, look even at the interior, the proto trim style interior, that has been done to match. It is so awesome. Then we've got the M5, around the Bmw M5 again as a press car, a long-term loaner. Of course, mine was Donington Grey, and that is blue, so that needs to be colour changed before we get to the Heritage RS in teak orange. Black roof, a few customizations, that's been painted as well, never made a model like that. And then the Ford GT, paint match to match, the liquid red, Allemande gold stripes, BBS wheels. We actually put gold calipers on this as a test to see what they would look like on the real car, and I think I probably will need to look into that, but I'm a bit worried to do with how hot it gets, and whether I am brave enough to repaint calipers. But in any case, looks epic, super cool. And I'm going to show you what we've got in here as well, delicately pulling this out, because this is pretty funky. Inside here, from ADP, is the paint kind of palette, or the samples for the interior of my car, made uniquely. So you've got this in the same colour as the paddles, you've got the cross stitch like on the steering wheel, and you've got the black leather and black Alcantara. That is something to keep forever, along with many other bits of memorabilia that I've picked up along the way. I'm going to carefully put this back in so I don't risk breaking door mirrors. That's always the danger with these kind of models, how easily you can damage them. So from the Ford GT, technically we should go Senna, Lusso, Jimny, G63, GTR Pro. I think that's everything in the right order. Oh no, Supra GTR Pro. Apologies. I keep missing the Supra. I don't know why. Probably because I just haven't seen it for a couple of weeks at this stage. But obviously there are some gaps here. Models I'm still buying or are currently being painted. So yes, that's why we're missing some. So the Senna being done. Obviously the Lusso has just recently arrived. This is fantastic. It's absolutely perfect. It's a very expensive but very nice model. Then we'll have the Jimny, that's recently been launched, coming soon. G63, recently been launched, coming soon. Supra on pre-order in satin grey, and then GTR Pro hopefully will be launching as well, one to add to the shop. But you will spot we've also got a few of the small models that match in the right specs. We've got the Lego models. I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to this stuff. Anyway, we've gone all the way from the past through to the present. Let's go talk about the future. I'll need to show you quickly though some of the other things that have arrived in the new merch store. You will be able to find the likes of hoodies, t-shirts. We've got some pretty cool designs going on, many more in the link down below. But let me tell you then about the future Shmeemobiles, the future cars that are inbound. The first car, of course, to come is the AMG GTR Pro. That is right around the corner, I promise. I've been so busy that I haven't yet managed to sort out all the documentation, registration, payment, insurance, everything, dealing with it all at once it seems, getting the Ford GT re-registered and back on the roads properly here, sorting out the Senna and everything to do with that, and all the videos that I'm shooting as well. So it seems weird to say this, but knowing I'm going to be going away again very soon, I'm not necessarily rushing it. I'll get the enjoyment out of it when the weather gets a little bit better. It's winter time, it's horrible. So the GTR Pro is days, week or two, soon, really soon, when I get it sorted out. Next on the horizon after the GTR Pro, I think, is going to be the Bmw M8 Competition. Now I'm expecting that to arrive very early in 2020, January, February, that kind of time. So I'll tell you more details about that when the time comes. That car will be primarily based over in Germany. It will be the daily driver, the cruiser over there. I'm not sure which other cars I might keep with it in Germany. That's all going to come, I guess, in time when I've worked out where things best fit. Next car after that is probably one of the two AMGs, one of the two other AMGs, either the A45S or the AMG GTR Roadster. I think both might be around March time, just in time for summer months. Potentially the M8 Comp and the A45S would make a great pairing in Germany. That could be the option. The GTR Roadster, I'm not sure what I'm going to do in terms of miles for the GTR Roadster. I love the AMG GTR, as many of you will know. I see it as a fantastic car to use on drives, on cruising, on just enjoying, and I like to keep a hold of it. Rare car, one of 750, kind of memories to me of my GTR Coupe and the GTR Pro. I do intend to run the Pro and the Roadster together, and then maybe, fingers crossed if I'm super lucky, in the future, there might be a GTR Black Series. Time will have to tell, we will find out. It looks epic from the spy shots and things that we've seen so far, but no words on allocations or anything like that. A long way off still at this time. So we've had the Pro, the M8 Comp, the A45 and the GTR Roadster. We also have the Shelby GT500. Now I expect that more next summer. Obviously it's going to be over in the USA. Summer months, we will see. It's still a long time away. I'm not at the beginning of the order list by any stretch of the imagination. So I'll tell you more when I have more information on what I'm going to do with that out in the USA next year, before eventually in the future bringing it back over here to Europe. And then the last one, the one that everybody has been asking me about recently, the Tvr Griffith. Now I announced that the Tvr Griffith, the British hand-built manual naturally aspirated engine grand touring sports car, was going to be coming to the garage. I announced that, well, over 2 years ago now. I paid my deposit myself, I think 3 years ago or so. Progress has been slow, for sure. I think there are a lot of hurdles to overcome. I don't really have any new information, to be completely honest. There's nothing I can tell you at this stage about when the car might surface, what might be happening. There's a lot of discussion amongst TVR groups. I hope that they're going to be able to do it. I'll be very sad if they don't manage, but we will have to wait and see. I don't have any new news to update you on at this stage. So I think there we pretty much have it. The cars from the past, going way back to the Renault Clio, all the way through the different model cars, more to arrive in future, more to be painted, more additions to arrive as well, and I'm thinking about ways to display all of those in this man cave, which is going to happen at some point in the not too distant future from now, and then an update about each of the cars that are arriving as well, the 6 cars that are currently on order, or at least 6 that I've mentioned at this point, but I will leave it at that. Don't forget to go check out the new Shmee 150 shop if you're interested in some of the merch that we have launched. The link is down below for that. But for this video, thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, I appreciate your support an awful lot, and I will see you again very soon. Cheers!